Sorry, so thank you for those of you who have joined me in the Zoom room. It's a bit of an impromptu invitation today. We have been talking about or posting about this week that it's the blue moon tonight. It's a full moon, so it's a second full moon in 1 month. It's what's called a blue moon, so it's a very rare event. It's an energetic portal, which we love. So for that reason, and because I love mixing things up and doing things differently, it's a little bit like when we do the love stream on YouTube. For those of you that have been there, live for that one before. I know Marie's quite often there with me on the live stream on YouTube. And when I do those, usually once a month, we do that connection. And I thought because it was a blue moon tonight, it would be nice to do a little bit of a releasing ceremony with the help of, we'll do a Rumi card to start off with. I have got the Moonology messages and I've got lots of other decks here, so I might do a few other. So it'll be cards for the collective and also for those of you that are here live, we'll get individual messages as well. And I had also pulled some cards this morning from my Lightseer's tarot deck as well, which kind of adds to the occasion, add to the message. So I pulled them for myself, and then I was like, well, I see how these sort of add to the information overall. As I say, I've got a few other decks here, so we'll do that. We'll start off with our Rumi message, which ties in beautifully, and the team are getting excited about that. So for those of you that haven't seen before, if you're catching me on YouTube, where I will post this recording, or if you're new to the Soul family, so the Facebook group, there's been a few new members joining us there, which is exciting as well. So I will post this up either this evening or tomorrow, this recording, and we'll go into there in both places so that everybody can see it and benefit from it. So yeah, if you're new to that, then you might not be familiar with these sort of things. We often do a Facebook Live for the message from our unseen team and our higher selves. Because I had been away on holiday, the what we usually do on a Sunday night, I did on Tuesday night, so some of you might have seen that as well. So that's why I thought we'll do something different tonight as well. So and let me just find a little bit of information about this blue moon because I'm not an expert in these sort of things. Some of you guys might be more of an expert than me. But I do love to follow these things. And, as I say, if you've followed me for a while, you know that I love, um, using these opportunities when there's um, what do I want to say? There's an opportunity for energetic expansion. There's this energetic portal, whether it's on a special date in terms of numerologically, if I can say that, in terms of the numbers. So, if it's like 5 5 or 6 6 or these kind of things, that's an energetic portal in itself as well that kind of expands and helps us to energetically expand and heighten the energy. And with it being, as I say, the blue moon, there's songs written about it. There's, lots of information, or, lots of inspiration comes from a blue moon, because it's that sort of once in a blue moon, once in a lifetime rare event. So I'm going to look up some quick information about this just to help us. So it's a full moon in Sagittarius, as well as being the blue moon, the second full moon of the month. And it says, Sagittarius empowers you to stay true to your path, even when the journey winds through unexpected turns. And you can see my team are getting excited about us staying true to our path. Embrace full responsibility for your choices, transforming every challenge into a stepping stone toward growth. This is a powerful time to elevate your mindset, rewiring your thoughts to align with higher frequencies and greater awareness. Feel the transformation unfolding within you. Open your heart and radiate gratitude for the abundance, wisdom, and beauty that surround you. Allow the luminous energy of the blue full moon to guide you back to your centre, to the place within that has always been home. And how beautiful is that? So that just describes it beautifully, exactly what we're always doing, what we're always aiming to do is to elevate our mindset, elevate our frequency, raise your vibration, as Kyle Gray says, and to really come home to ourselves. And that's what I help you do. I help you to connect with your higher self, with your unseen team, your soul family. We kind of use those terms interchangeably, but it's really always connecting with our soul self, our true self, beneath all the noise, beneath all the madness. I help you connect with and believe in your innate strength, your innate uniqueness, and your abilities, and believe in and act on your own inner magic. So I thought we would enhance the magic with the blue full moon, and we'll get some messages. So as I say, some cards for the collective, some messages for the collective, and some personal messages for those of you that are joining me live. So the I like to start these kind of extra special ceremonies, if you like, with this beautiful deck, which is the Rumi Oracle deck, and it's an invitation into the heart of the divine. And the card that I pulled this morning is number 3. I'll hold it up, and I can also put photographs online as well. So it's the dissolving light number 3. So I'll see what the thanks for Dan. I think were you trying to put yourself on?
No. I was just swapping over. It's
All
all
right, no,
good.
I wasn't sure if
Yeah.
you wanted to
I'll
switch
put I'll
off. So
put you on the big screen.
all
Sorry.
right, okay, cool. So that you could see it, I see what you mean. Right, so we've got the dissolving light. So we've got a beautiful. So actually, it's quite nice because you can see if I hold it up again to the camera. You can see it's like kind of like a meditating person there with the aura around them with the light, but also you can see the sort of small kind of inner self, the small self. Sometimes we call it the inner child, or that sort of. And again, I'm not sure how well you can see this here, but it's kind of like if I hold it up as close as possible, if I can try and find the camera, you can see them almost kind of hiding in there. So we want to help that inner person, that real person to come out of hiding and to blend with the dissolving light. And we'll see what the number 3 has to add to it as well. If I have, yes, I do have my trusty angel numbers book as well. So so many things here. So the dissolving light. So there's a short Rumi poem first, and then I'll tell you the sort of read the description. Kind of a bit like Jack and Ori. I'll read the story and then we'll do there's always a sacred honouring ritual, and then I add to that with my energetics. We'll add to that with magic, and we'll just go with the flow with what we're given with that. We'll sort of start off using this, and this is how the magic works. So it says, "I died as mineral and became a plant. I died as plant and rose to animal. I died as animal and I became human. Why should I fear anything? When was I ever less by dying?" So it says, "Dare to take my hand and become set alight with holy fire, my cherished one. Step forward with me. Let us burn together, dissembled in the light that cannot be extinguished. This is the light that burns with such incandescent truth that no falsehood can withstand its audacious vibrancy. Come with me now to the light. Together we shall melt into truth. There is a light so intense, so powerful that nothing other than itself, its own truth, can exist in its presence. It is the sacred seed, the star of your being, lit up from within. It is the light that never goes out. It is a light that is so powerful it is beyond duality of light and dark, cannot ever be extinguished or diminished, and quite simply beyond all logic, just is. Certainly no lie or deception, no boundary or defence can remain intact in its presence. The blazing divinity of this light sears through any pretence, annihilates illusions, and takes us into stark experience of divine truth. It is gentleness, and yet it cannot be overcome. It is enduring power, and yet it is tender. Though you seek the divine and even know it as love, you also know that it is fierce, wild, inexplicable, and demanding beyond all measure. It wants you completely, utterly, without condition. There will be times in your life, such as now, when there is something not worthy of you that must be released. This is a falsehood. a lie or deception of some sort that you have come to believe about yourself, your life, or perhaps even another. You may know what that deception is, or it may be about to be unveiled. It is not a cause for fear or concern, but for celebration. An illusion has or soon will be released, and you shall become freer, free in a way that only truth can provide. This oracle comes to you as a sign of that which is to come, and soon. The beloved divine presence is calling to you, igniting within your deepest being, so that it may have its way with you. The divine wishes to live through you and into the world, reaching into the hearts of many and igniting those hearts into greater life. It is a clever and insatiable lover. It will stop at nothing until the entire human race is restored to the wild divine freedom of ecstatic divine reunion, completely and utterly ignited in love. And so the great lover, the divine, calls for you to enter into the white-hot field of its passionate presence. There will be sizzle and burn. It cannot be otherwise. In the height of summer, you cast aside the layers of clothing you require in the winter. This is natural. You do not think twice about it. As you approach the radiant sun of divinity, your emotional and psychological layers are to be shed too, for they are too heavy for the heat of the great spiritual sun. What cannot stand the heavenly heat is to be cast aside swiftly by conscious choice, or shall simply burn up, dissolving in the light and melting away. What is left shall be what is true. So here is your guidance, sweet lover of the great beloved. Give it up, the smallness, the conditions, the fears and doubts, the lack of reverence for yourself and life, the belief that somehow things are not okay or aren't going to work out. That is all a paltry attempt at truth. You are coming into a truth now that is far more worthy of you, a truth with a capital T, the big truth. Love, trust, surrender. This is about a sacred shedding without fear or holding back. Cast aside whatever would hold you back, rather than free you to fly into your divine destiny. You are not to be the same from this moment on. That is the holy word, the word inscribed in living divine fire in your sacred heart. This oracle brings you guidance. Trust in your changing perspective and perceptions. Don't hold on to what you once believed or thought to be true. Allow yourself to be shown another version of events, another way of perceiving. Don't focus on what is working in your not working in your current estimation of things, for that is nothing more than a passing opinion. You are being given an opportunity to see and know yourself, others, and particular life circumstances very differently. Embrace it. Don't resist what is being shown to you, for even if there are some struggles in adjusting your view at first, ultimately this change in perception will free you and bring you more deeply into the wellspring of your own inner peace and happiness. So really what we're talking about there is an opportunity to release. It's an opportunity to create or to connect with what some of you might be familiar with, your broadest truth, and you might already know what your broadest truth is, or have a sense of what that is, or have a sense of, what you're here to do, what your biggest mission is, what is the passage really is saying there. It's talking about us, connecting with that passionate, that unconditional love, that limitless love, and connecting with what we came here to do, our kind of biggest mission. So whether you've came across these sort of things before, and you have an understanding of that, or whether this is your first time, you'll connect with what is truly important to you. And the full moon always gives us a chance to release what's no longer serving us, and sometimes it's things that we've came up against before, and it's like another level of release, an elevated level of release, or another layer to be released. Sometimes people talk about it, I know some people talk about it as another layer of the onion, or another layer of the I'll sometimes say it's like, the pass the parcel, and you're like, oh, you've got to unwrap like the wrapping paper. Sometimes you've got to unwrap the newspaper and then the wrapping paper and and until you get to the wrapping paper, until you get to the good stuff inside, and then you get to the gift inside. And sometimes we're releasing us like that. We think, well, I've done the work, I've done this stuff, I've created this truth, or I've released this belief, and then there's those kind of sneaky ones giving you that sort of still come up, and we're like, oh my God, you again, kind of thing. But it's like, so Danny's smiling at that because I could see your face. But we're like, okay, right, okay, I'm ready to receive on a different level because we'll always get as much or as little as we're able to handle at the time, as we're able to deal with at the time. So sometimes our higher self and our team, let's see, Shirley's joined us actually. So let's just admit Shirley. I don't know if she's been sitting there for a while, plus I've been reading from the book there. So I'll let her join and if she's still there, because sometimes people um get fed up waiting. Hi Shirley, apologies if I've kept you waiting there. Um I was reading from the guidebook there, the Rumi Oracle there, and we're about to go into the Sacred Honouring Ritual. So you've came in just in time for that, for your kind of bedtime story and full moon release. So we were just talking, in fact, I was just quoting you practically, because we were talking about, the full moon always gives us a chance to release, and sometimes it's things that we've came up against before, like those layers of the onion or layers of the pasta parcel that we've spoken about before, like we've used that kind of metaphor and that analogy before. So the card that we're using from the Rumi deck is the Dissolving Light. So I'll hold it up again and I'll share it in the Facebook group later on and on the Facebook page so people can see it. And it's all about connecting with our inner light, connecting with our inner wisdom, connecting with our broadest truth, and letting go of anything that's not that. So I'm going to find it's number 3, and then we're going to do the sacred honouring ritual and see where that takes us, and then we'll do some cards for the collective and then cards for you guys that are here individually as well. And anyone who's watching the replay will also take something from your messages as well, because that's how the magic works. So number 3 says, you are on the road to growth and expansion. The path is unfolding with perfect timing. So I'm smiling there because I hadn't looked at that before. And if I go back to the beginning of this one, it was basically talking about us being on our path. If I can just find that again. So it's talking about us coming into the light. Where did I see the bit about the path? Being lit up from within. Oh, now that I'm trying to find it, I won't be able to, I won't be able to see it. But anyway, we're always on that one true path. That's essentially what we want to do, and we're really letting go of anything, any illusions that are telling us anything different. So, yeah. So it's saying, step forward with me, let us burn together. Blah blah blah. Come with me now to the light. Together we shall melt into truth. Sure, there was something about a path, but anyway. So let us, without further ado, let's go into the sacred honouring ritual. And as I say, we'll start off using the guidebook here. And if you want to put your cameras off, you're welcome to do that. So if you've already got them off already. And if not, that's all good too. And we'll go where we're taken with this. And then we'll go into the cards as well, the other messages. So, place both hands on your heart and say the following aloud. The eternal light of Rumi burns through that which is unworthy and frees me into unconditional love and truth now. I am blessed by the grace of this sacred brother, and I open my heart to the tender fire of passionate presence. Through merciful compassion and my own free will, I ask to be shown the greater truth that will set me free. So be it. Relax with your hands on your heart for as long as feels good. And what we want to do with this, and we'll see where the team takes us, is we want to let go of any self-limiting behaviour, judgment of a person or of ourselves or a situation that drains rather than leaves us feeling vibrant and free. or beliefs that can deplete and depress you rather than open you up to loving and endless possibilities. And so we want to open up from this as a way to open up into the supportive grace to assist us in that conscious surrender, so that we will be blessed, so that we will be beloved, so that we will go into the heart of the beloved, as the dissolving light is inviting us to. So keeping your hands placed on your heart, if you have moved them, or if you want to place, like I say, want to place your hands in prayer position in Gasho position, and placing them in front of your heart now. And as you do that, stepping into a fountain of light. And as we're talking about that fountain of light, we're connecting in with our inner being. So some of you are well familiar with this. Some of you may have heard of this concept before, or you may never have heard of this. And either way, you don't need to know how to do it. You trust that your higher self, your unseen team, will show you the way, will guide you today. And our inner being is a physical placement that runs down from the pineal gland in the centre of our mind, all the way down through our third eye, through our trust vortex at our throat, all our energetic vortexes, so our trust vortex, our love vortex at our heart, our hope, which is just below the heart, our truth vortex, which is below our belly button, and at our base, so at the root where we're sitting on. So that physical placement, it's like a physical tube that runs all the way down through those vortexes of energy, and I'm getting a huge yes for that. So you might feel something shifting within you. You might feel this 100% high vibrational energy that runs through your inner being, that exists within us at all times, no matter what's going on, no matter the external noise, no matter the chatter or the difficulties, our beliefs, or anything else, any challenges, any difficulties that we're experiencing in our day-to-day life. This 100% high vibrational energy, this white light, the dissolving light that we want to dissolve into, it exists within us. It's already here. It's already ours. And it's like beautiful crystalline, though it's white light that contains all the colours of the spectrum. And so as I'm talking, and my words might be igniting something within you, and you can feel that high vibration, you can feel your vibration rising, you can feel that light starting to switch on within you. So again, imagining a fountain of white light, a fountain of this crystalline light that starts from the centre of the earth and bubbles up like a spring coming up to the surface. And so that spring finds its way up through a crack. So sending your roots down into the centre of the earth as if you were a tree, a mighty oak. And that tree, the roots would go down into the centre of the earth to find that spring, to find that source of water, of high vibration, of light, of life, of love. And sending those roots down and feeling that light and that water, that with life-giving properties coming up through the core of the earth, through your feet, your ankles, your shins, your knees, your thighs, and coming up through your base, converging at your base, at the root, the power centre, your strength vortex. And rising up, and this fountain starts to rise up through your truth vortex. So you might want to place your hands below your belly button there and feel your truth ignite. We've already ignited your strength and your power. And so you might feel that and feel something shift there. Or just feel that light, that warmth, that glow as this energy rises up through you and stirs the passion within you. Because we're now at your centre of creativity, of creativity and passion, being nurtured, being brought to the surface, emerging into the light, and continuing up and feeling the light move up through your hope vortex, which is bright yellow, filled with bright yellow sunshine energy, vibrant, again, life-giving energy, because we need the sun and the water have to combine together, and you're giving me a huge yes for that. To give life to the seeds that you have planted, the seeds of what you desire, who you are, who you truly are, those seeds of truth that are within you that need to be brought into the dissolving light and brought into the light of day, so that we can get rid and so that we can release through the blue moon, through this full moon, through this energetic portal, through this magical portal that brings this into illumination now. So now we're harnessing the sunlight of our hope vortex. We're harnessing the nature energy through Mother Earth, through Gaia, through Sally, the water, the earth, the wind and the rain, the sunshine, and now harnessing the fullness of the blue moon to illuminate the magic. And so continuing this beautiful earth energy, this light, this fountain of fullness, this high vibrational energy that exists within you now continues to fountain up and to flow up through your heart vortex, your love center. And so placing your hands back here on your heart, and you might want to join me in chanting, briefly chanting Ha through your heart center, your love vortex, to open this up, to ignite it even further, and to feel this light flowing through you and flowing through your inner being threads even further, and shifting out anything that is of lower vibration, of those limiting beliefs. We don't need to know exactly what they are, where they came from. We just bring them into the light and illuminate them to be dissolved into the dissolving light. So taking a deep breath in. And again. And one more. We're raising our frequency, we're raising our vibration even more. And the energy continues to go up, the light continues to flow up, and now starting to fountain out, so moving through your trust vortex at your throat and feeling that ignite, and trusting that we can let go of what we need to let go of. We can illuminate this and turn this belief from a duality, from an opposing belief, into a truth, into our broadest truth, into our most passionate, embedded, shining truth. This truth of who we truly are, that wants to be brought out into the light, that wants to help us to shine bright. And trusting in that, trusting in ourselves to speak our truth, to live our truth, to love ourselves in this truth, even though that may make us feel vulnerable, then it's because we are sensitive, because we are unique, because we are powerful. And now we can let go of any limiting beliefs that have came from this in the past. and we can show ourselves and we can believe in and act on our own inner magic and strength as we bring this into the light to be dissolved, to be resolved. And now we can place our hands on our eyes and see this truth with the eyes of the soul, with the eyes of that inner being, with the eyes of the beloved, the eyes of our higher self, our unseen team. And see ourselves for who we truly are, as we are seen from afar, as Source sees you, as God sees you, as universe love, however you want to call this one true energy, the oneness, the creator, the divine director, as they see you. They see you only through the eyes of love, through the most beautiful light. And so as this truth starts to be illuminated under this blue moon, you will hear, see, feel, sense, know who you truly are. You'll sense the wonder of you, the beauty of you, that wishes to be illuminated now to guide you back to the centre, to guide you back to the place that has always been home. And again, we say the eternal light of Rumi burns through that which is unworthy and frees me into the unconditional love and truth now. I am blessed by the grace of this sacred brother, and I open my heart to the tender fire of passionate presence. Through merciful compassion and my own free will, I ask to be shown the greatest truth that will set me free. So be it. And with that, we have completed our releasing ritual. And whether you noticed and felt a truth right now, or whether that will be illuminated over the next few days, trust that we have done that. And so if you want to put your cameras back on, if you want to keep them off, that's perfectly fine. I am going to read us the definitions. There was 3 major arcana cards that came out from the Lightseers deck this morning, as I said earlier, that added to this message for the collective. So what I did was a soul joy spread. And there's 3 questions that I asked on behalf of us all for this. So the first card, the first question is about your gift. And it's, what can I give to the world? And the card that came out with that one was 0, was the Fool. So again, I'll try and hold that up. There you go. And again, I'll place those in the on Facebook so that we can see them. So there's a beautiful web there, and it's like the flower of life. I've lost the camera now. The flower of life that's in the middle of that pool there. And Danny's getting a notebook, lovely. So the Fool says, the Fool is about new beginnings, potential, adventures, enthusiasm, awakening, innocence, and optimism. Every dream achieved begins with the seemingly foolish notion that there is something bigger out there, something greater to explore and to become. And if you remember earlier in the week, those of you that were there or have seen the message that we did on Tuesday, the theme of that was there's something bigger on the horizon, and that was us as we were building up to this full moon, this blue moon. And some of you have also chose 3 words that you know that jumped out to you from the other post, so they may be coming to you, or those may take on a new significance now as well. So It begins with that, as I say, seemingly foolish notion that there is something bigger out there, something greater to explore and to become. This childlike optimism comes from deep within your knowing, and it reminds you that you can achieve all the magical things that you've been dreaming about. The journey of the soul begins with a single step, and you may find yourself on the edge of an epic journey. Turn towards your future with enthusiasm and know that a divine leap of faith is required in order to claim the reward that the abyss is offering. You may not feel ready, you may not be ready, but there is magic in the air, and the universe is waiting to support you with infinite love and guidance. Trust your intuition as you swan dive into the seed of potential. And it says, so the affirmation or the mantra from the full from this card is, I am ready for this adventure down my soul path. So again, we're back to that path that we were talking about earlier on, with the number 3. Which says you are on the road to growth and expansion. The path is unfolding with perfect timing. And it's about trusting in our perfect divine timing as well, because sometimes when things aren't unfolding or they're not moving as quickly, or we feel like we're stuck, or we feel like we're in lack, or, we feel like there's still things that we've not quite resolved, we can feel like, well, am I on the path, or have I come off it, or all of these sort of things. But it's like trusting that it's all an adventure down our soul path. It's all joy. It's all love. It's all that wondrous web kind of thing that's there in the picture there. So that is your gifts. So again, it's those are what's being illuminated under this full moon as well. So whether that's in dreams or whether that's over the next few days, you get the signs, you get the synchronicities. This is what we're kind of planting those seeds for that as well. And then the second card that came up for illumination, and this one we place it in Shadow Seer's position, is what can I illuminate for others? So, like, what am I illuminating for you, and what can you in turn illuminate for, for example, the people that you work with? Danny, I'm going to say you because you're sort of pinpointed to me, and I know you're on your healing journey and you help others with theirs. And all of us, to a certain extent, do that, whether we're doing that professionally or whether we're just doing that personally. When we do our own healing, we're healing others as well. So, and that card was the Lovers. Oops, a daisy. Number 6. Again, I'm trying to. So we've got the kind of fiery, passionate colours there that again go with the dissolving light. And we talked a lot about passion within that one with Rumi. So let's see what the Lovers have to say. And they're all 3 of them are major arcana cards. So that means we're dealing with major issues under this blue full moon, which is another reason why I thought, right, we want to get together and enhance the energy around that. So in Shadow, the Lovers is about a break in communication, disharmony, the need to find self-love, giving away power in a relationship, the loss of self, too many expectations of others, manipulation, an imbalanced partnership, or codependency. So this one says, magnetism like magic is coming into your life. You are sitting on the cusp of the type of profound connection that happens when 2 souls are intertwined, and their entanglement forever marks their individual paths. So again, we've got that path that we're on, but also our beloved is on that path as well. And it says, often this card signifies that an important choice needs to be made. Will you embrace the spiraling energy that unwinds between 2 people who are beginning to connect and choose to shift into this relationship or not? Falling deeply into trust will be necessary in order to create a lasting bond, and growth around vulnerability, honesty, desire, and intimacy is being called into the light to be healed. So again, perfect to go with this card, and perfect to go with the illumination under the full moon. While partnerships are beautiful gifts on the path, you must also seek to give fully without weakening your resolve to remain whole. Remember that self-love is the key to balancing the duality of any relationship. And this mantra is, my heart is open to deeply meaningful relationships, and I expand into this union with love and trust. So again, it is about that balance of like finding the lover that we desire, the relationship we desire, but also not losing ourselves and sort of, giving ourselves over, giving ourselves, with vulnerability and honesty, desire, intimacy, being like speaking our truth and expressing our truth, being who we truly are, not feeling like we've got to hide ourselves at all, but equally not feeling like we're getting consumed by the other person or by who they are, and to the extent where we forget who we are and what our needs are. So it's coming together in that beautiful way. And so that's what's being illuminated for you as well. So, and what can you illuminate for others? So when you feel into that for yourself, where can you also teach others? So it might be a partner or other people that you're showing that for them too. And then the third question was lessons of joy. Where can my lessons of joy be uncovered? And interestingly, we got the devil for that one. So again, another major arcana card, and you're thinking lessons of joy from the devil, but let's see what he has to say as well. So that's number 15. And this one's in Light Seer. So this is about vices, the grip of addiction, a need for liberation, healthy versus unhealthy sexuality, materialism, the healing found in darkness, delving into your shadow self, being trapped in your own stories. And we know about that. That's why I always talk about flip the script. And that's part of because, we can tell ourselves the same old story, or we can choose to flip the script. Manipulation, lying to yourself, and temptation. So again, you can see how that ties in with the truth and the truth that we're getting to. And it says, the devil reaches out his hand, granting a release from the mundane with promises of earthly and material pleasures. Well, sometimes this release is healthy and necessary. He hides the fact that he offers everything you can become addicted to, from alcohol, drugs, work, and sex, to more nuanced addictions like codependent relationships or how others make you feel. Anything that can entrap you or overtake your life can be harmful in excess. So it kind of goes back to the lovers as well, that we can see her that, as I was saying, perhaps we have been in the past maybe consumed by a relationship and forgotten who we truly are. And then equally work, we don't often think of work as being an addiction, but we can be, even when you're doing something that you love, and Danny's nodding to that as well, we can get, we can get sort of consumed by that and forget to just have that balance of work, play, family, rest, all of these things, because we're so devoted to it. So it's realizing, recognizing, you know, work, love, blah blah blah. Life is not just about work. No matter how much you love it, we still need to have that balance. We still need to do things that feed our own cup, that fill our own cup. So where are we going with this? So we're talking about the excess. So the devil is a nudge to delve into your own shadows. He will bring you there, and then it's up to you to either fall fully into darkness or to work on healing your own relationship with your beautiful heart. Illuminate the things that are vying for your time, your energy, and your love that leave you feeling empty. Remember that addictions don't necessarily look scary and demonic until they do. So that's what we're saying about like the overwork thing or the overcommitment sometimes, or, always putting others first and give in terms of our energy until we are depleted, until we are absolutely shattered, until we are, like completely drained. And then we're like, oh, that thing that seemed really good, actually, I've taken that to excess as well. So I need to pull that back. And I know that we all know what that feels like as well. Um, so it says, seek liberation from the bindings that are keeping you trapped and untether yourself. In darkness, look to fragmented aspects of the self as a source of light. So again, we're coming back to the dissolving light, and to be in that light within ourselves and to see what's illuminated there. And the mantra for this one is, in the darkness, I am free to heal everything. And everything is like in bold. So this is a really good point to recognize that all of these things that we said, all those layers of the past, the partial, and the layers of the onion that we felt like have came up before, if they're coming to the light to be resolved again, it's so that we can truly see them for who they are, and we can tap into that broadest truth. So Anne saying she needs to leave. Great insight to reflect on. No problem. Thank you, Anne. And I'll put the full recording into, as I say, into YouTube and into the group as well. So I am going to do some individual cards from the Moonology messages. So we'll do one for Anne just before I forget, and then I'll do them for those of you that are still here. Um, and then, as I said at the beginning, we'll trust that anyone who comes across the replay will get what they need from these messages as well, because that's the way these work, that they are cards for the collective, it's cards for the individuals, and probably you guys will all take something from each other's, and everyone will, who's watching, will take something for themselves from these messages as well. So feels like there's quite a lot there. Like I've been doing a lot of reading there, but you'll all be taking something from, the bits that stood out to you, and on the replay, or in meditation, or in your own practices, whether it's journaling, or whatever you like to do yourself to kind of process things, or however you get given, however you receive, and however you get your own messages. This is what will start to come through, whether that's tonight or over the next sort of 24, 48 hours kind of thing. I've got a yes when I said tonight. So apologies now if you have a busy night, or if you have disturbed sleep. Anne's card's taken a wee bit of time to fly out. As soon as I said that, it flew off the deck. So Anne, this is your card. So, oops, I can never find the camera here because my picture's off to the side now, and it's change your tune. And it also says Moonlight Serenade. And I like that one for Anne because I know that Anne is a musician and a singer. She's often in bands and choirs and different things. She's also a poet as well, so she's very creative. And actually, if I hold it up, you can sort of see the long hair, so it actually looks a little bit like her as well. And she's actually, pardon me, standing under that kind of shaft of light. Oh, excuse me, energy shifted as I'm saying that. So she's standing in front of a full moon there. I will find her right. I keep going the wrong way, the opposite way to what I think I should be going. So she's standing underneath that sort of shaft of light, but also in front of the full moon. So um, what I'm getting here is a little bit like it's saying change your tune, Moonlight Serenade. And she's playing like a piccolo or a flute, whatever you might, it's probably a flute, so I'm getting a yes for that actually. And there's I think it's Half East, so it's not Rumi, but Half East, who's another poet. There's a saying or a phrase of, now, it's something along the lines of, I am the hole in the flute through which the Christ breath flows. Might not be exactly that, but it's something along those lines. And again, it's recognizing that we don't need to do things on our own. We don't need to make everything happen. We just, we connect with our instrument, we connect with ourselves, we connect with our light, and we dance to our own tune, but we can also change your tune, as like flipping the script as well in terms of what's possible. So it's like you don't have to do everything yourself. You can actually let yourself be the hole in the flute through which the Christ breath flows, through which spirit flows, and you can flow with that, and you can let that dictate the tune, and let that help you to change your tune and flip the script in terms of what's possible. So even though things feel difficult, and I know, and going through kind of turbulent personal times at the minute, there's light at the end of that tunnel. There's a lot to be valued and to be grateful for within that. And that will be illuminated, that will become clear soon. So, but it's also recognizing you're not doing this on your own. So you've got people like us who are, supporting you. You've got your unseen team, you've got your higher self, and you've got a lot of physical support as well from other groups that she's in. So it's a beautiful card for her there. So next up, I'm going to do one for Danny because Danny was on first. And let's do that. Listening to it, you probably can't hear it on the thing, but I'm listening to the bird song outside as well. It was really prevalent when I was doing the activation there. You could really hear the bird song. So I don't know whether that comes through on the recording or not. Probably not, but it's quite nice to still be hearing it at this time of night because it's still light. Oops, talking about tunes, and your card has fallen on the floor as well, Danny. In fact, it might even be more than one. Oh, fell into the drawer. So you've got the falling moon released blocks. If I can hold that up and I'll try and find the right way. Whoops, a daisy. So there was a lot of talk about kind of falling into trust, I think, within that, and falling into the vulnerability, and even with the devil card and the lovers and all of that. It's all about, I kind of want to say to you, it's like to do a trust fall sort of thing. Um, um, and I know that's something that you've been working on for a while as well, so it doesn't feel easy. Like it's easy for me to say, and you're like, well, yeah, yeah, how easy is it for me to actually do that? But it's like, um, I don't know if have you seen the film Project Hail Mary, or have you read the book at all, or anything like that? No, because it looks like kind of lunar rocks, and there's so I went to see the film about a month or so ago, and there's a guy that not a guy, the so Ryan Gosling plays the astronaut who goes into space. He goes in with a few other people, but he ends up being the only one that gets left. The other people die on this mission, and they're trying to save the Earth. They're trying to, oh, I can't remember exactly what it's trying to do, trying to harness this source of energy. And he connects with this alien called Rocky. This is why I'm sort of being reminded of him. And it's like he's basically made of rocks, but they learn to communicate with each other, and they learn to like understand that they're on the same mission. They both want the same thing. They're both trying to save their own planet. They're both trying to achieve the same outcome. And I feel like, when we're doing a trust fall, or when we're trying to, you know, resolve the lovers and the relationship things, we can make it that the other person is the block, or they're the difficulty, or they don't get us and all that sort of thing. I'm getting a yes for that. But equally, when we realise that they've got their blocks too, or they've got their limiting beliefs, or they've got their challenges, or their things that they've struggled with, that's when we can realise that you can allow yourself to be vulnerable. We can allow ourselves to just say it how it is, and to trust in that, because when we do that, we're inviting them to do that too. We're inviting them to meet us halfway, and I'm getting a yes for that. So, if you haven't seen, if you haven't seen, say anything about that, even I feel like even if you want to go and watch the the trailer or something like that, I feel like you'll get something from that. I don't know why, but like it was a really profound film, and there was actually a lady on Sunday Brunch this morning who she was in they were saying, oh, she was in the movie, and I was like, I don't remember seeing her in the movie, but it was because she played the voice of like the AI that spoke to them when they were in the capsule, when they were in the spaceship and things. So there feels like there's something there for you, Danny. So let me know how you get on with that. It's a bit unusual, but we go with these things. So yeah, have a wee look at like the trailer on YouTube or what have you. And who knows,
That's
maybe.
not, it's not unusual. I've been sitting here smiling at all of this, and I'll let you know
Yeah, yeah,
afterwards.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. You can do. Yeah, yeah. Um, because I was watching that film, and I was like, I don't usually like space things that much, but I was drawn to. Won't lie. The fact it was Ryan Gosling, that was a big draw, because I like him. I know Shirley's not Bond, but I like him. And I didn't realise there was a book, actually. I didn't find that out until afterwards, but I was like, I came away, I went through all the emotions. I was like crying, laughing. It was like a bromance kind of movie, and I'm like, who knew that I would go through the full gamut of emotions watching a science fiction kind of movie? I was like, it was a bit like E.T. I was like, oh my goodness. And it was like this wee rocky alien was like making me feel all the feels. Um,
was going to
so
say when
it's,
I could say when I visited my daughter and partner last month, they were reading the book, so and showing me clips of Ryan Gosling, and the whole time they were going, they were all just on about this book. It's the
yeah,
same. It was written by the same guy that wrote the Martian.
yeah,
So
I don't remember his
the
name, but I
same.
know, I think it's Andy somebody.
Andy Weir. I think it's
All right,
Andy
okay.
Weir.
Yeah,
I know surname's definitely Weir.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, so I had them just they were talking constantly about this book.
yeah. It is,
And I just
it's,
went I can't watch Ryan Gosling. I lose half the film if he's in it because I tune out. I just totally tune out. But hey ho, that's by the by.
There's something about that though. I'm going to do your card now as soon as you started chatting, and then we'll do Marie's. But like, although you're saying you're tune out, it's a bit like when when you do a meditation and you sort of get knocked out. I give me a yes for that. So it's like there's a connection there, but it's like um one of these that you don't really need to. I feel like he represents somebody, if you know, or like represents somebody or an energy or a, yeah, we'll see. Look, Daisy, making us be patient with your one, Shirley.
I had the same problem with another actor. I can't remember his name. I think it could it's either Jesse Eisenberg or Jared Leto, and I lose half the film if they're in them as well.
Is it something
Um,
about their voice, or what is it about? You know?
I don't know. It's just something about them. It's not the character they play because they've they've the characters have been played by other people and have not had the problem.
Yeah, so
But
there's something about like that type of person or who they represent. It's like it reminds
yeah,
you of somebody.
and I've never been able to work it out. So
Yeah.
it might, as you say, be something that represents something within me. So it's a good.
And when you said she's like that with
You
Nicolas
like that
Cage,
with
that explains it. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, have you got anybody, Danny?
No, no. Normally, I just shut off to a film with my attention span.
Well, they're making us be very patient to find your card, Shirley, because it's just not coming at the minute.
I'm gonna say move to Marine, come back to me later.
Well, no, because we've started, so we'll finish, So, because I feel if I do that, then we'll get like mixed signals. Here we go.
Yeah, no worries.
So actually, that was interesting because it came up, but it was actually came up the cards are all. I thought the cards were all like that way with
Oh, yeah.
but that one actually sort of when it stuck up, it was like it was that way around. So,
The
and
other
it
way
is
around.
it was, yeah, and that's actually that's the picture on
The
the
front page.
box. Yeah, yeah. So I always say that one's significant, and that's the book away. So it's cleansing, and it's the full spectrum of energy, and it's the triangle into the full moon there. So where you're ignited in spectrum energy and that full enigma energy, and the triangles are very important as well. So. And I know that you've been doing that. You've put a few. I think it's yourself that's put a few voice notes in. Was it today
Oh
or the
yeah,
last couple of days? But I've not had a chance to read any of them. So I feel like there's a lot of cleansing being going on. So I know that you wanted to do like the
yeah,
physical cleansing the other day. Whether that's happened or not, I don't know.
yeah.
With the cupboard, but there's a lot of cleansing and illumination going on, and it's like and it's joy as well because it's like all those colours, that rainbow. It's like that. Like the rainbow after the rain, the sunshine after the rain, the rain, the love after loss, and that kind of thing. And I'm kind of a big yes for that. So it's like that cleansing and that illuminating. It's moonrise, it actually says as well. So what's been illuminated for you now is joy, is that I want to say like just that pure joy and that kind of yeah, just I
I
think
was
it was the purity.
I was allowed to complete something I never thought I would be able to do. Um, I was allowed I a person that we split. It's our relationship ended. It's a female. Our friendship ended in awkward way, and I was given the opportunity yesterday to apologize and end it cleanly.
Yeah.
And I never thought I would be given that opportunity to do that. So, yeah, it was. I had an unexpected ending, if that makes
So you got closure.
closure. Yeah,
Right. Okay.
and the opportunity for possibly that relationship to start again, to pick up again.
Okay. Well,
But
we can talk about that separately if it's something.
I'm leaving that. That's something that if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I got the opportunity to clean the air that I never thought I would be able to do.
I think it's the closure, isn't it? I'm getting a yes for that. That it's yeah.
Yeah, it was something I never thought would ever happen because I never thought I would see her or be in her orbit again,
Mm,
and it happened yesterday. So
okay.
yeah.
Barb, I've brought you in, but we are just finishing because we've been on for over an hour, so I don't know if it's a time difference. Um, so I will pull you a card, but we've finished the ceremony, etc. So Marie, you've got two cards. Whilst we were chatting there, they flew out. So the first one you've got is, again, I'll try and hold it up in the right place. Ring around the moon, and it's protection. So again, we've got that big full moon there, and it's. We'll see what the second one is, and then I'll do them both together. And again, you've got the rainbow energy on yours, the spectrum energy on yours, which again makes complete sense. And we've got the bull here, and this one is saying self-regulation, exalted moon. Um, so it's really going from one to the other, if you like. So going from um, the need to protect yourself to being able to self-regulate, to being able to um, um, exalt yourself, as it says there. So I feel like the exaltation is like it's like that reward. It's like the in relation to the like your award ceremony that you got that your kind of get the words now. It's obviously getting too late in the evening. Your reward, your prize that you got for your mental health and advocacy and all that sort of thing that you've been posting about. So it's like allowing yourself to let go of the need to protect yourself now, because it's like, yeah, that has been what you've had to do in the past, but now you're being seen for who you truly are. Now you're being recognised. You're being um applauded, awarded, there's another word for it, sort of things like celebrated. Exalted is actually the word I'm looking for, that exalted moon. It's like you are being exalted for being who you truly are and not having to hide that, not having to shy away from that. You're being, recognised for it. That's the word I was looking for as well. So, and that in itself helps you to self-regulate, helps you to find balance. Give me a yes for that. And so there's less need for the protection, even though it will feel like sometimes, even I think this week there was a wee incident about that, but it's like that instead of it being something that in the past would have been, really, really challenging or really would have like set you off in a spiral. It's like you kind of even said it at the time, you were like, oh well, why would I even bother with this? And then you did get in like sort of invited or encouraged to take some action about it, just to advocate for yourself essentially. But it's like that doesn't have to be a big thing anymore, because you can self-regulate, because you can deal with it in a healthy way now, and again be that as a um, so I'm not finding the right words now, but like to be an example, to lead by example, and to let other people see, like, right, this doesn't have to get you down in the way that we did in the past. You can take some action and you can move on rather than getting caught in a cycle. So I think so. The two of them feel good for you. And then Barb, as I say, we're just going to do a card or cards for you, as you've joined us. So it is
Sorry,
nice.
I didn't.
Sorry.
Sorry, I apologize for being late. I didn't realize it was.
Yeah,
Anyways,
it was 8 p.m. I don't know it's UK time and you're in a different time zone and whatever, so I can understand it's hard to do the can't even get the word for that now.
Okay.
It's not translation, but you know what I mean. It's like to do the no, brain switched off in terms of that, but you know what I mean. The calculations, maybe that's what I was trying to say. So anyway, you found us just in time. So there we go. Oh, and you have got two as well, actually. So you've got cut your losses. So we've got a little goat or a ram on top of the mountain there. I'm seeing that as like I'm Capricorn, so that to me sort of says, like Capricorn, but it could also be Aries and things like that as well.
I'm a
Um,
Capricorn too.
oh, you're a Capricorn as well. Well,
Yeah.
there you are. That makes sense. Me and Shirley are Capricorns. Um, and so the other one that came out with that is the past. So it's a portal there, and that's what we're talking about. This blue moon, this full moon is an energetic portal. And it says moon memories. So the first one says moon and detriment, cut your losses, and then the second one says moon memories, the past. And although it's the past, it's actually like beautiful kind of, it's almost like a picture postcard, isn't it? Sort of thing. It's like postcard from Hawaii or somewhere like that. It's like, I'd
Yeah.
actually like to go there kind of thing, rather than usually we think of the past as like, oh, I don't really want to revisit that. But it's like revisiting the past, but only in as much as you need to be able to see it for the beauty that it is. So that's what this full moon is offering you. It's that chance to sort of cut your losses, cut your ties, move on now from the things that you thought were to your detriment, and realise that actually it was never really detriment. It was blue sky. It was beauty. We couldn't see it as that at the time, but now you're going to get the chance to revisit something and see it for the beauty, for the gift that it is. And that's what's going to be illuminated to you. So for whatever that is, whether it is a relationship, a job, and relationships can be with loved ones, with family members, as well as, romantic relationships, whatever. Sometimes those are the most challenging ones that we have is with our family members. And it can be family members that are no longer here anymore, but we still sometimes hold that guilt or regret or things like that about, or I wish I would have said this, or I wish I would have spent more time, or whatever we think we should have done. But actually, it was what it was, and that was part of their journey and our journey. And being able to see that for what it is and release any of those feelings of guilt, shame, blame, any of those sort of things can help you see that beauty and see that like they chose that path as did you. And so there's no need to get stuck in the dark side anymore. You can feel the light, and you can feel the beauty, and you can feel the harmony, the sort of harmonious, a bit like what Shirley was saying, I think, when you just came on about having the opportunity to have the kind of reconciliation with someone that she thought was never going to happen, but she's had that. If she chooses to continue that relationship, or to be in their orbit, or to be in their world, she can do. She might choose not to, but she's cut her losses and she's moved on now, and that's freeing in itself. That's liberating. So it feels like there's something along those same lines for you. So whether that's, there's an opportunity for that, or whether that you recognise what that is, that's what this full moon is bringing you. So perfect timing to come and get that message.
Thank you.
So thank you. So I'm not sure how often I will do this instead of the Facebook Lives. I do like still doing the Facebook Lives, but I thought as a special one-off sort of thing, or every now and again, because it's the blue moon, it's once in a blue moon. So I thought, why not do something different? So that's why I did the Zoom call tonight. As I've said earlier on, I've said it a couple of times that whether people joined us live or like yourself just came in at the end and had to go before you came in, everyone who's been here will have got something from it, and even people who haven't been here live will definitely get something from the ceremony we did at the beginning with this card, the Rumi card. So you can go and watch that on the replay once that's up. And the general messages, everyone will get something from that, and even from the cards that I've pulled for the people that have been here, other people will be able to take something from that as well, because that's how the magic works with these things. We get these cards for the collective, these messages that everyone can take something, especially at these kind of times of like the full moon and times of illumination and times of as I say, the blue moon in particular, what that's offering us at the minute, then whether or not you got a personal message or whether you get the wider message, everyone will get what they need from what we're talking about. So thank you for that. It's lovely to see your face and see your big smile, Barb. And everyone else as well. Lovely to see all of your faces. Thank you for joining me. I will share the recording tomorrow now, and I'll put it into the group and on my Facebook page, and I'll also put it up onto YouTube as well. So again, if people want to go and watch it there, and people that maybe didn't see the post will be able to find it there as well. So it gets to as many people as possible, which is what we always want for these things. So have a fantastic week ahead. I will share photos and things tomorrow as well onto the socials. And yeah, if you weren't here for the full thing, or if you want to go and replay it, they'll have the opportunity to do that as well. And anything that comes up over the next couple of days, as we sort of said, probably 24 to 48 hours, whether that's in dreams tonight or receiving messages and signs, symbols, etc., synchronicities over the next few days, you'll know that it's part of this continuation of this message. So as always, I'm eager to find out about that. So do message me or pop it into the comments, on the original post, or wherever you want to do it. Just let me know, because I would love to hear from you. And I will see you again soon, whether that's in the Zoom room, whether that's in Facebook, YouTube, who knows, but we'll continue to be in each other's orbit, as we've been saying, and I look forward to hearing what the dissolving light and what the full moon, the blue moon, has to illuminate for us all, and what exciting things can come our way from having done that. So I will love you and leave you, and I'll see you all again soon.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
nice
you.
evening.
Thank you. You too. Enjoy the rest of your
Bye.
day, Barb.
Thanks.
All
Bye.
right. Take care. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Lots of love. Bye for now.